Hey, what's up, Vanessa? Hopefully somebody else will join in. I'm going to do a real brief live. Real brief. So I guess the topic will be I really ain't got a topic because usually when I speak, it'd be about different things I've been thinking about. But what I can say is how we need to be more aware of what's going on in this world and be more aware of what's going on inside of us, because we got a world inside of us. A lot of times we be so disconnected with ourselves that we lose sight that, you know what, I'm going to be with myself for a while. Let me really check into my feelings, my emotions, my viewpoints, everything, because like I have done in other lives, we got to constantly look at ourselves. What can I do to become better with myself? Because a lot of times we're trying to get better with everybody else and we're not even getting better with ourselves. Thinking, I got to have this and have that in order to feel good about myself. And then later on you realize that, nope, I didn't even need that. I went and got that, didn't really need it. Or I'm eating kiwis. Or, different yearnings that we be having. And then later realizing I really didn't even need that, man. So I remember years ago, I used to hear this, they used to say to be aware is to be alive. And I'd be like, what are they talking about? Like a lot of little sayings that we used to hear growing up, things we heard either strangers or parents or whoever saying stuff. And we're probably young, we didn't really get it. And then as we get older, that's what they was talking about. Now I get it. Like my mother used to always say, you got to leave people how you find them. And I used to be like, what does that mean? Then I got older and I started realizing, that's right, sometimes you got to leave people like you find them. Because sometimes, you may have a good heart, you may want to help people and be there for people, and you know what I'm saying? And then, it can become where you're exhausted. It can become where like you're just overly distracted. You worrying more about what they got going on than what you got going on. And then it becomes where you're distracted. You're losing sight of yourself and you're getting out of touch with self. I'm in the park right now because my daughter's in martial arts, right? So I come here, I do my little exercise, communicate with the universe, think to myself, figure things out, kind of like go over the day and, just try to really connect those dots back to myself, because once you connect those dots back to yourself, then you got a better understanding of how to relate to the world outside of you and understand the world outside. I'm talking about with family, friends, strangers, just life in general. Because I'm realizing more and more as I think and look at the world, because I understand the world a little bit better, there's a lot of fear in the world. Turn on the TV, even though I got rid of cable, but I do got Wi-Fi, so I still get stuff in my feed, But, you turn on the TV, it's fear. You're on your feed, fear. You know, just all this fear being projected, you know. Russia telling them America they gonna get serious. I'm like, you know. And the sad part about it is, man, you know, people have been, excuse my French, but they have been fucking up the world, man. You know, you ever sit in the park and you just look at nature, how nature just does what it do, right? There's really not a lot of destruction going on. It's just like, you know, rebirth, right? And here the humans come along, just fuck up everything, right? Mess up the water, mess up the air, litter all over the place, right? Prejudice, racism, all this stuff, right? Yeah. So, you know, there's a climate of fear. So what I'm really trying to say, because I'm ready to leave up out of here, is that we have to get situated within ourselves to certain things that's going to keep us thriving. Health related, meditation, prayer, having good positive people in our life, spirituality, really looking at ourselves more, forgiving ourselves, understanding that even though, you know, we sometimes want to be perfect, that, you know, we're going to make mistakes. But if we look at where we are and understand why we're there and how come we're there, then we can better make some changes within ourselves to correct some things in our life. Just like I told people in my last live, right? As long as you breathing in and out, that's life. All that stuff we got in our closets, our TVs, furniture, whatever we got, that's not life. That's a part of life. Life is breathing in and out. That's life. You know, all the other stuff is just extra icing on the cake. So what I'm trying to say is that getting in touch with self, that is a greater, that's a greater aspect of being wealthy. Especially when you're doing things where, you know, because we all go through different stresses, and that's the way life is set up. Life is set up to test you, to stress you. Not life in general, but circumstances of life sometimes. Because some people, they don't let nothing bother them. That's because they learn, you know what, I'm going to chill. And that's what I'm learning more and more and more. You know, especially when you're a parent and you're dealing with your children. You know what I'm saying? When they babies, oh, boom. But once they start growing, you know what I'm saying? Now it's a different view. You know, they making their own decisions. They doing this, they doing that. They may make mistakes. They may not dependent. And so that's another avenue. And then if you're in a relationship, that's another avenue. So my thing is now, I would say to myself, once you learn how someone is, like how they respond, how they act, and what they do, now what you do is you say, okay, this is who they are. This is who they are. So I'm not going to hopefully keep interacting in that manner that causes me to feel disruption or uncomfortable if I already know that this is what this is what I got on my plate. This is what I'm dealing with. No, this is what they got on their plate, because you may not have that on your plate. Your plate may be a different kind of plate where you're coming from a different view, but they view, maybe they don't get it, maybe they don't understand it, maybe they haven't matured, or come on now, damn, going Yellow Jacket, you know, or whatever. So I'm learning more. Look at what's going on and see if there's a pattern. If there's a pattern, then that means that this is what the situation is. This is what circumstances may be. So find a better way of dealing with it instead of getting upset about it or whatever the case may be. That's with anybody, children, family, or whoever. Yeah, learning a better way and means of dealing with stuff so that we can maintain our peace of mind. Because there's nothing like having a peace of mind. I'm telling you, when you know, everything is okay. I mean, life happens. I mean, that's just the way life is. But when you can have that peace of mind, because you know what, I'm doing the right thing, or I'm striving to do the right thing, or I'm trying to do the right thing, I'm not hurting nobody. I'm not hurting myself. I'm not harming nobody. I'm being responsible. That's a beautiful feeling. I'm telling you. It's a beautiful feeling. You get up in the morning, you know you got certain obligations you have to fulfill for yourself, first and foremost. Take care of you first and foremost. You can't take care of nobody and be there for no one until you first take care of yourself and be there for yourself first and foremost. Why? Because you got to live inside of your body. You're going to be with yourself for a while. And I tell myself this, and anybody hearing my voice, this is what I'm saying to you. And I tell my daughter the same thing. I said, one day you're going to look up, Daddy ain't going to be here. Certain people that you depend on ain't going to be here. You know, and this is why I'm giving you little tidbits of information. So that way it's like a prep. Sometimes we don't prepare. Sometimes we come in the world unprepared. And then, you know, we, depending on our parents, but sometimes we're not prepared for life. We learn as we go along. Sometimes we got to go through hell to wake up and figure it out. And so, in a lot of instances, you know, people who we love, like our children or families, we don't want them to go through certain things. So we kind of like give them and prepare them. Look, this is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do, so on and so forth. Not to scare them, but to let them know, listen, you know, everything deals with choices and consequences. Choices and consequences. Every choice we make has a consequence. You know, so the thing is, as we become prepared and knowing, okay, this is a part of my life, what do I do? Let me prepare myself for X, Y, and Z. So as we become prepared and we dealing with, like, you know, family or children, whatever, we do our best to give them the information. That's all we can do. Filter information down to them, hopefully they get it. So if they don't receive it, instead of getting overwhelmed and, you know, discombobulated, like I told myself today, you know what? That's where your daughter is. She's 11. That's where she is. And then sometimes you see a lot of yourself in your children. You're like, and then I have to say, hold up. That's me right there. Because children take on 50% of the mother's DNA and 50% of the dad's. So when them kids be doing certain stuff, sometimes you got to look at, okay, did I do that? Hell yeah, you did that. You did the same thing them kids be doing and stuff like that. And so sometimes we forget as parents, man, you did the same thing. So I said to myself, you know what? Observe patterns and instead of reacting, respond differently to what's going on. Because, you know, parenting is a gift. It's a blessing. But the thing is, you really got to have a lot of tolerance and patience because you're dealing with other life forms which come from your DNA and stuff like that. And they carry a lot of what you got in you. And a lot of times we got to step back as parents and say, okay, this is my child. And you know, as parents, you want the best for your children and stuff like that. And you want to protect them from the evils of the world and stuff like that. Sometimes we overthink, overreact as parents, you know. And so it's a matter of looking at how much I need to give and how much I need to pull back from. It's a learning process. And that goes with the world in general, with relationships. How much do I need to give this person that I interact with? How much time? You know, all of the variables pertaining to life and what makes life what it is, and just the whole gumbo of life. And then once we figure that out, then we can take the necessary steps that we need to take to be more happy, to be more at peace, to be more loving, to be more kind, to be more caring, to be more aware and more understanding, and find more peace. And I'm going to say this. Don't think because you finding peace and you getting peace that, okay, every day it's going to be peaceful. Nope. Things may come to disturb your peace, but the goal is you want to keep yourself free and say, hold up, I know what I'm about. I'm not about this drama. I'm not about this gossip. No, I have an agenda. What's my agenda? I get up in the morning, I do little exercises, I drink my little herbal blends, I get some sunlight, I get out. I get active. I'm not sitting up in the house. Even if I go to a park, I'm getting out. Why? Because the body is a machine. You cannot sit still and just lay up and mope. You got to get your ass up. You got to get some movement in your life. You got to start moving around, getting around, connecting with nature. Even if you just go sit in the park or something, watch the birds or whatever. But you got to get up. You got to get out. You got to get in, stay in motion like the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Because as we age out, our bodies fall apart. But we can prevent and be able to deal with any situation that comes down the line. You know what I'm saying? We regroup and we restructure. Regroup and restructure. You know what I'm saying? We all go through stuff. But we regroup and we restructure and we add things that's going to give us added strength pertaining to whatever situation. So this way, you know what I'm saying, we can still thrive against all odds. And that's basically what we want to do. Have a clear-cut understanding of what it is that's going on, what it is I need to do, and take the steps to do what it is that needs to be done. Take the necessary steps. I'm going to start walking right now. I'm going to put the phone down. Take the necessary steps that we need to do that's going to keep us together. Literally. You know what I'm saying? You got to have positive reinforcements to keep you together. Have to. You know? So this way, you can feel more confident and strong in your own skin and not feel weak. You know? Because sometimes, you know, we will feel weak as humans because of whatever may be going on. And this is why we got to put things in place in our lives that's going to give us stability and strength. I'm telling you. The Creator has given us the answers, but a lot of times we don't want the answers because we're stuck in our ways, or, you know, we lost hope, or we don't believe anymore, or we don't have faith anymore, or a lot of times, you know, we just caught up in a rut, you know, or you just got used to doing certain things every day, and that's just what your day is basically about, doing the same thing every day. And so, you know, it's time for us to grow up. Your age, our age does not make us grown-ups. Nope. It's your right-minded actions. It's your right-minded doings, going to and fro. That is what makes us adults, not our age. You know, and I'm not judging anyone, but all you gotta do is just look at it. You know, age, your numbers don't make you an adult. Don't make you a grown-up. Your actions, your right-mindedness, how you living, how you feel about yourself. Are you trying to really find who you really are and accept who you are? And are we really going deeper inside of what makes us who we are? And if we feel that there's some issues or whatever it may be, okay, it's time to do the work and figure some things out. To get our shit together. As long as we breathing in and out, then you know, it's doable. I'm almost at the school to get my daughter, but it's doable. So you gotta ask yourself, what do I want to do? What do I need to do? And sometimes we got to bounce things off of other people. Say, yo, look, I don't know what the fuck to do, but I see you doing some positive stuff, you know? And then from there, you can get an insight on, this is what I need to do. How you feel? Okay. And this is what I should be doing to make me feel more at peace, to make me feel more happy, because I want to be happy and I want to be at peace. So we got to take some necessary steps. Okay, so I'm ready to end this live in a little while. So, you know, this is the goal. You know, the goal is that we look at what's happening and we figure it out. You know, it's all right to figure things out. It's all right. You know, because to some degree, we have to take control of our own destiny and lives. We have to. That's part of growing up. That's part of becoming a grown-up, becoming an adult. And that's part of self-realization. Looking at everything about life, the ins and outs and outs and ins, the ups and downs, the crazy turnarounds, all that. He said, okay, I'm going to take this step. I'm going to take that step. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And then we look at why are we doing what we're doing? What's the purpose? We're doing it because we want to get better with self. Once you get better with self, then your thinking gets better. Your relationships get better. Everything gets better. Why? Because you've gotten better with yourself first and foremost. That's the key. So anybody listen to this live, you know, the universe is sending messages not just to you, but to me as well. Anybody listen to this live later, the universe is sending messages. You know, become closer to yourself, become more aware of self, and, you know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And I'm going to say this because I know when COVID first happened, I was a little scared, but I said, hold up, let me do my research. I need to find out how this thing kills. Once I found out how it kills, I said, okay, what do? I got my herbs. I got various different things that I use to keep my immune system strong. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I felt better. I said, I'm all right. Everybody else want to walk around in panic and fear, that's on them. Everybody else want to have false hopes and stuff like that, that's on them. I'm not having none of that. Why? Because I'm still breathing in and out, and the Creator has allowed me to have a voice inside of my life. And this is what I'm doing. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Your hair looks buenos. Thank you. All right, okay. Okay, so I'm going to end this live. Say hi. Hi. See, you got my baby in a martial arts uniform. So, you know, that's basically what I really wanted to say, man. You know, everybody go through, the goals to go through to get through. And how do you go through to get through? You get information. So, cosmic. What happened? You all right?